Okay, so this is my first blog, and the topic of today is what is safety? I'm gonna ramble on, okay? I'm gonna ramble on. It's not organized. This video is not organized, okay? I'm just going to express my feelings and hope it resonates to someone in the sea of the internet, in the ocean, in the waters of the internet. Well, what is safety? Well, that's the question I've been asking myself. Because I, for one, am a trans person. I guess you would call a trans feminine person. I'm non-binary. And yeah, I'm non-binary, but more when I go out, most people see me as a woman. And yeah, but I was born. Well, I was not born. I was assigned male at birth, and I've been thinking to myself because I was lucky enough that, I'm from my family. Well, let's separate the two. Before I came out and transitioned, um, my family has always been well off for the most part. Like, we haven't struggled economically that much. I always had my needs met, my basic needs met, a roof under my head, over my head, food, water, a comfortable bed, an AC, an air conditioner. But I was always um, you know, feminine, I guess. I wouldn't say feminine. I was just like expressing myself, and that's okay. Well, culturally, I guess it could be considered feminine behaviors, but I'm just expressing myself. Mm. And yeah, I receive threats from my father. Um, that I should stop acting like that. And as a trans person, it's not just me, but it's very relatable. We always have to strategize. We always have to be hyper alert of our surroundings, of the people we are surrounded by. Always paying attention to what they're saying, if we can trust them. Always paying attention to red flags. And it's so fucking exhausting. And yeah. So that's one part. Another part is that I mean, people see me as a woman, and my parents are not accepting. I started hormone therapy 2 years ago, and there have been a lot of changes to my body. I haven't had surgery. I'm planning to have surgery, but not right now. Um, but my boobs have grown, my hips and thighs have grown. And I'm perceived. My skin has changed. A lot of things have changed. I mean, not a lot of changes. Um, but changes have happened. That when I go out, the majority of the time, people say to me, well, I live in a Spanish-speaking country, but if we use English terms, it would be like, "Hey, ma'am." They always. I work in telemarketing, and always through the phone they call me ma'am, And that's because just I train, my voice to sound more feminine, and that's a choice I made. So people usually, I mean, maybe not right now, but when I do am in my element in when I'm working in that telemarketing department, especially as a sales agent, they always call me ma'am. But when I go out, they call me lady, señorita in Spanish. But yeah, that's a part. And it's just that the situation with my family right now is that basically I started hormone replacement therapy, right? And my father knows about it. But basically, I live with them. Like my mom and dad are divorced. My dad lives in another place, and I live in the house of my mom with my brother. But my mom, I mean, she doesn't accept me. I mean, maybe she does. I don't know. It's confusing. I think she has two parts of her: one that one that accepts me, and another one that doesn't. Like she doesn't want to call me by my chosen name, my real name. She wants to call me by my dead name. Um, and yeah, has in the past I've heard her say a couple of homophobic things, transphobic things, and yeah. And I had to learn to be resilient to take care of my own mental health while I stay in this house to have my basic needs met. Because I got a job, like I said before, in the telemarketing in sales department. And fortunately, it's close to this house that I live in. And essentially, I've been saving money for my surgery. I won't tell you what surgery it is because that's personal, but it's a surgery. And essentially, I wanted to keep it secret. But then my mom told my dad, and I was like, damn it. But essentially, my dad said, okay, you're lucky that I'm, you know, still paying for things in the house. But after you, and I'm letting you, it's good that you are saving up money for what you want. Um, but after that, you're going to have to, like, you don't have to worry for food and things like that, but I want you to contribute to the house. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's okay, because I have a job. But it's like, I don't know. I saved up for that surgery, but I also um want to save money for another surgery. And uh, and I think I won't be able to. And or maybe it will take me a longer time to do that. But yeah, my father has said some pretty transphobic things to me. I mean, it's expected. Like, I mean, I prepared myself for what his responses were going to be, and they're pretty typical. I mean, they are the responses that a typical white capitalist conservative would say, you know? You know? But I was like, I was not surprised, but I was like, damn it. Like, I need to rely on myself for my emotional well being, for me to get the things that I want. And I was just thinking that, you know, what is safety? Because I've been approached by men, by cishet men. I've been catcalled on the street. Ugh. I've been called I don't know. Apparently I'm attractive. Like I don't know. I don't know if I'm attractive. Apparently I am because a couple of cishet men at my workplace told me I'm sexy. Well, I was eating my lunch, damn it. I wanted to eat in peace and tranquility. And I was eating my lunch, you know, in the cafeteria at my workplace. And then I'm just sitting calmly. And then two cishet men walk by. One looks at me and says, then continues, then say sexy, and then continues walking. And then I was charging my phone once. And I was charging my phone once and I was just, you know, watching a funny video while sitting on a chair. And another guy calls me sexy. Like apparently I'm attractive. I don't know. But I've been approached also by men online on my DMs on Instagram telling me, you know, that I'm sexy and they want me and stuff like that. But I'm non-binary. And when I think about safety, you know, I cannot rely emotionally and psychologically because they don't have the emotional intelligence. I cannot rely on my blood family. Neither on my siblings, honestly. So, what has been my life so far is for me to strategize, to be passive, not stand up for myself, let them misgender me, not be too loud, not express myself in order to not be in danger of losing my basic needs, which is to live comfortably, have a bed, food, a roof over my head, an AC. And I don't want to be sexualized. I mean, when I was, I mean, at first, I was always attracted to men, cishet men. But then I just, I don't want to replicate as what the cisheads are doing. I don't. My ideal life would be to not have to, because I was thinking about this. I could get a boyfriend. It's so easy to get a boyfriend. Like, I could get it like that. Like, it would be so fucking easy. A boyfriend, a partner, I guess. Um, and what's so funny is that even though my mom misgenders me, she told me once that in Spanish, because Spanish speaking country, cuando consigas un esposo, and translated that means when you get a husband, blah 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 blah. And I was like, a husband? What do you mean? I'm not ready for marriage. I don't think I want to. But honestly, would I feel more safe being in a marriage with a cishet man that I would hope is kind to me? I guess. But then I think about my mother and her relationship with my dad. And just how I don't want to be like my mother. I don't. Because my dad, you know, yeah, he has been responsible. But just because he's responsible doesn't mean he hasn't done some fucked up shit. Okay. Like for example, he told me when I came out to him, he once told me in a restaurant that my mom didn't want to have sex with him. And, you know, and and that his brothers were making fun of him for not having sex like every day of the week or something like that. And I was just like, what the fuck? I don't want to be like my mother. I don't want to be like my sister. I don't want to be like my father. I don't want to be like my brother. My ideal future, my ideal life would be that I would have all my basic needs met and live comfortably. And live with my friends. I would like to have friends. I currently don't have any close friends. I mean, I know people, but I don't have friends that I can really rely on. And I would like to live with my friends. And be creative, feel a sense of relaxation, safety, confidence, and be creative. And yeah, I would much prefer that than to and feel, because I can imagine that. I can imagine that being possible. That being possible. But another thing I imagine myself is, well, in the circumstances that I am in right now, I guess I could just get a boyfriend and go live with him, and I hope he's kind and sensitive. But I don't. You know? Maybe it's not a binary. Like, maybe I can have both things. Like, have a partner. And then also have friends. But I don't know. Capitalism sucks. Capitalism sucks. Because I was thinking, like, well, if we love each other, me and my partner, then maybe I can live a comfortable life. I just don't want it to be stagnant, I guess. I don't know. This is my video diary that I make in public because I want to leave a footprint, a record of me in the ocean of the internet. Oh, the battery is about to die. But what else? What is safety? My ideal safety would be to live with people who are always on review, saying, how can we make life better? How can we listen to our emotions? How can we rely on each other? And I hope, I hope I just want to continue to I want to continue to play. I get so emotional when I say this. When I say this. Capitalism sucks. Gender roles suck. I wish we could all be sensitive, curious, joyful, playful. And I come to realize, like, talking about before, that I'm asexual, demisexual. And apparently, I read a study that 1 in 6 non binary people are asexual. And yeah. I made a song. Well, yeah, I made a song technically. Well, not a song, it's a cover of a song that explains more in depth. Well, not more in depth, it just explains a little bit my feelings about this, of what is safety. It's a cover of Chappell Roan's Good Luck Babe. Especially the part when I heard the part of, when you wake up next to him in the middle of the night with your head on his hands and nothing more than his wife. And when you think about me and all the dreams ignore, just standing face to face with, I told you so. Because when I heard that part, I got so emotional, because I imagined myself, like, looking at my life and thinking, should I choose the path of creating something new and living with my friends and convincing people that, hey, we should live differently, let's rely on each other, or should I just go live with a husband and, regret not having made the choice to create something new instead of following a template. But I don't know, because I talk to trans people, and some trans people already, there are trans people that want to privatize care and are in monogamous relationships. And, we're all trying to survive capitalism. And, not every trans person is radical. Not every trans person is in tune with, for example, communism. Basically, there are trans people that are basically just like cisheads. Once when they grow out, they go and have their monogamous relationship, that privatization of care. Other trans people are like, whatever. They're basically like cishet people that, that are poor people that are cishet. There are trans people that are poor trans people. And, economically, but still, I would like to think that since trans people, we, are still marginalized, we're keeping up the good fight, we're making progress, but still there's a lot of work to be done. But there are a lot of trans youth specifically that are stuck in their houses. I was a trans youth. I didn't even know I was trans. I just knew that I was different and that I wanted out of this house, and that I would have loved if I didn't have to rely on my blood family, that I didn't have to rely on a nuclear family for me to have my basic needs met. And that's the same thing for cishet women who are in abusive relationships that have to be stuck with abusive cishet men in order to get their basic needs met. It's basically, I think they call it, well, in Mexico, well, I live in Mexico. They call it economic violence. That would be the translation, economic violence. But like, as a trans kid, like, I didn't know that. How would I even go about seeking justice? When I was like 17, I called someone asking, it was basically an LGBTQ plus therapist. And I was saying, like, are there any shelters? I want to get out of here. And they were like, no, I'm just a therapist that gives, counseling with parents. Like, bitch, I don't need therapy. What would... Fuck therapy. Fuck therapy. You know what's better than therapy, bitch? You know what's better than fucking therapy? Housing. Helping people getting out of abusive power dynamics. Therapy for what, bitch? The therapy wouldn't be needed if the abusive power dynamics wouldn't exist. I don't know if my computer is about to die. But I'm uploading this. And, yeah. I got it out of my chest. Hope it resonates. I'm a dolphin. I'm a cetacean. Putting out the signal in the ocean of the internet. Hoping it resonates to someone. But yeah, what is safety? I already made that distinction. To follow a template or to create something new. Because as a non-binary person, the way I would describe myself is that, yeah, I changed my body, yes. But I'm not a woman. I'm not a man. I'm playful. I'm curious. I'm I like to learn new stuff. I want to have fun. I'm creative. And yeah, that's who I am. hmm I guess in more technical terms, I guess it would be a non-binary transsexual. Because I'm medically transitioned, because the medical part being in the transsexual part, I'm an MBITS. It's what I call it, an MBITS. MBITS. With the TS, that's for transsexual MBITS. But yeah. And I don't know, maybe this video will attract some bigots. And let me tell you something, you trash people. You bigots. Like, whatever you're gonna say, it's nothing new that we haven't heard, okay? But trust that you will be blocked immediately. Your comment will be blocked. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be the first or the last for a while trans person to receive negative comments, but I guess I could close the comment section, but I don't want to because I want to hear from people that resonate. And I hope people resonate. And yeah. uh, let's see how it goes. Whatever. But I think I can make it possible. I think I have hope that I can create my ideal life, design my life. That's the privilege of being trans. Well, not trans, for being an MBITS, for being me at least, is that I get to design my life to how I want it to be. And I hope I can make it happen. Some way, somehow. But yeah, I hope for everyone that is not a bigot. Oh, well, maybe the bigots, I don't know. I just hope that you're sensitive, that you have love. It doesn't have to be sexual love. All forms of love are valid. Like I told you before, I am asexual and I want intimacy comes in very different forms. But I just hope you're sensitive. I just hope you are cozy. I just hope you have a time and space to be creative, to think about your feelings, to know that you can be safe. I hope for safety for you. I don't hope safety for the bigots though. I don't. I don't. Because you want to make us unsafe. And that's not okay. Mm. But yeah, to all the kind people out there, I hope you feel safe, you feel comfy, cozy, have time to create, to follow your interests, your hobbies, and be around friends Eat the food you like. Be comfortable. And yeah, I guess that's it for now. Maybe in the future I will remake this video and make it more clear. I just rambled. I needed to get this out, okay? But yeah. Love you.